Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm reading for Pisces for what I think is going to be the 21st of November. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, 20th. 20th of November. And it was just the full moon, wasn't it, yesterday? So that's no wonder I'm getting such crazy readings. The funny thing is, Pisces, that as I was tidying away Aquarius's cards, I randomized a song for you off camera. It's on this phone, so you're not going to see it when I pull a song for you on camera. But it was Darius and Colorblind, which is so funny because I was getting colourblind through at this reading that I did at the start of the week, and almost like walking through the darkness. Now, the darkness talks to me about the unknown, right? Stepping into the unknown, going forward into your future without really knowing how things are going to play out, but trusting in yourself, trusting in your own inner light to shine. They're giving me this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I think that may have come through for somebody else the other day as well, or a similar song. It's still going really strongly. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm trying to let it go so it can get out of my head. So yeah, the song that was playing was Colorblind by Darius, and I've been getting this stuff through saying that it's like it's almost like I was blind but now I can see, right? It's like somebody who's had some kind of spiritual awakening. And I know that when this kind of happened to me, I feel like really stupid and kind of like, I just feel really stupid when I say things like that, but I don't know how I still describe it. I kind of like, all of a sudden I was like, the universe is talking to me and the sky looks like a fairy tale sky. It's like, I didn't know the world was this beautiful. I can see colours that I couldn't see before. It's like everything is just, it's like I'd walked into a fairy tale world. So I don't know if somebody else is having that kind of experience of like suddenly seeing the beauty of the world, or suddenly seeing things in like, it's almost like high definition. Maybe someone's getting laser eye surgery or something like that. I don't know. But I keep getting these kind of like, I was blind, but then like seeing the light, and also this interplay between light and shadow. So there was a particular artist, Terrell, who did some art installations where there was kind of like an open window in the ceiling, and as the colour of the sky changed, he allowed this light to come in and change the lighting in the room to create, quite interesting contrasts. So again, it's like this playing with colour. Maybe somebody is an artist. Aquarius had this Drew Barrymore in 50 First Dates painting on the wall thing. So maybe somebody is an artist, they're doing art installations, maybe somebody's painting their house. But yeah, I've got this this quote that was about this Terrell. In the 1960s, Terrell began to experiment with light projections, in which light from outside penetrated inside, enabling viewers to perceive colour within darkened interiors. So the main message coming through is like, you need both the light and the darkness. You need to incorporate the shadow self. I've stumbled across this stuff about Carl Jung and the golden shadow, which is when you've fully incorporated your own shadow, and you utilise it in order to tap into creative potential, enormous creative potential that is of benefit to the world. So I mean, I am sorry, actually, talking about light, it's getting a bit dark outside. It's getting dark so early now, so I'm sorry if that's a bit dark for your reading. But funnily enough, when I finished shuffling this deck, I kind of was listening to this Colorblind song. It's like, when I close my eyes, you're the light. So, and then on the bottom of the deck, when I was about to put it down, was this light card. So there's definitely this thing about light coming through in your reading. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation, and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. I kind of want to go to, let's go to this deck, because this is a bit more of a darker deck. It's kind of that kind of like moon goddess Lilith energy. So let's have a look at what this deck has to say for you as well, Pisces. Pisces, please. The 20th of November, if I could get the date right. I think I got it wrong for Aquarius yesterday. It's too many. I'm not taking that many. I'm sorry. Pisces, please. What do we have for Pisces? Assessing and focus. So you do need to be very, very focused at this time. There is something that you're figuring out. There's something that either something's assessing you, so you need to be very focused on your task at hand. It's almost like maybe going for a job interview, right, and having something to do as a bit of a test. It's like, how are they going to handle this task? So you need to be really focused on this task, because there's people watching you, right? So it's like you're being assessed. How do you approach the task? How do you do you work consistently? So it feels like you're being watched. It feels like people are watching you work and figuring out like how are you going to approach this. So you need to be focused. You need to be like, it's almost like there's a challenge and you need to have this kind of like laser vision on this challenge. If it's not that, you're assessing something and you're very, very intently focused on whatever this is for you. It's almost like you've gone into your own bubble, right? It's like you've gone into your own, almost like tunnel vision. You see with the telescope, it's almost like the telescope is like, this is what's in your field of view. So it does feel actually like it's somebody watching somebody else, which is funny because I had Flames by Barry James, where it's I'm always watching you. So it's like somebody's watching you transform, but it's like they've got this laser focus on you. It's like you're all that they can see. Again, with that Darius song, it's like you're the light when I close my eyes, right? So I'm getting something as well about like this is your energy, just because this kind of the rainbow quality, this kaleidoscope quality to the card, which I believe kaleidoscopes and chameleons came through for you in your last reading. So it's like this energy of, do you see how she's got the butterfly on her forehead? It's almost like an amalgamation energy. Like, you know, The Fly, the movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, where the fly gets in and he becomes this fly man. It's like that, but like not gross and kind of positive. It's like or like, you know, Spider-Man getting bit by a spider. It's almost like you're transforming. I want to say you're going through a transformation process, but it's like I'm hearing there's a fly in the ointment. I heard actually there's a fly in the mix, but I changed it myself to there's a fly in the ointment. It's like at the last second, as you're about to transform, as you're about to level up, as you're about to come into your like final form, this completely unexpected event happens where this butterfly comes and lands on your head, and then you go, it's like you transform, but it's all of a sudden you've got wings. It's like you've become this, you've become one, you've like amalgamated with this butterfly. Now the butterfly is obviously symbolic of a big change. You know, they go into the chrysalis, they actually devolve to a cellular level and then reconstruct into almost a completely different insect. So it's like, I do feel like there's something where you're transforming, but at the same time there's this extra energy it's almost been caught up in your transformation. A bit like what they're showing me now is like kids when they play with Play-Doh, right? So say they've got like red Play-Doh and a bit of yellow gets in, or like white Play-Doh and a bit of red gets in there by accident, and then all of a sudden you've got like pink Play-Doh. It's like this isn't what I wanted. Or now they're showing me like baking a cake. It's like you were baking a cake but you put the wrong ingredient in it, like you accidentally grabbed the wrong essence bottle, and it's like, this isn't what I wanted, this isn't what I was aiming for, but the cake is cooked now, and actually, do you know what, this has worked out better than planned. It's like a happy little accident, right? It's like a little a twist of fate that, what they're giving me now, a twist of fate that makes life worthwhile. That's a song. Twist of fate that makes life worthwhile. And what I'll do is I'll make a note of it. I'll see if I can find it. You might be screaming at the screen to me. A twist of fate that makes life worthwhile. Twist of fate that makes life worthwhile. I can't quite get it. It's really bothering me. And now my phones are pinging at me and making weird noises. So I'm going to get you a song. Maybe that's just a reminder that I need to get you a song on camera. I'm going to get you a song on camera. And we'll see what it is. So can I get a song for Pisces, please? A song for Pisces, please? Fair enough. Pretty fly for a white guy. The Offspring. I'm not judging Pisces. Whatever you make of that. Give it to me, baby. I don't know. Maybe that person. What language were they speaking? Harden, Lieben, Loben. Maybe someone speaks a different language. I don't know. Pisces. Let's go to the mermaid cards for your emotions. What's going on emotionally for Pisces? Oh, King of Pentacles. Hi. I like the King of Pentacles. Okay. Death card and the Lovers. That is a combination with the Eight of Wands. Whoa. that is an interesting combination. It's coming through with, if you know that I've been getting like Narcissus a lot. Narcissus falling in love with his own reflection. He fell in love with his reflection in the image in the surface of a lake or a pool. But there's this weird thing about, with Libra's reading, there was this coming up energy. And I originally, when I did that Narcissus reading, it was one of the all signs tell me anything things. It was like there was going to be this fish, like this fish that broke the surface tension of the water and therefore broke the spell. So it's like, again, it's coming in with this unexpected, like, now they're giving me Good Riddance by Green Day. Life grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So it's like, make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's still going, sorry. So Libra had this thing in their reading where there was this deep, like, it was almost like this really deeply buried emotion, or it was coming through as like a force of nature, right? Like love as a primordial being, like a anthropomorphized love energy, as this kind of like titan or god that was boiling up inside, under the, like, right from the depths, right? It may not be specifically for Libra, it's just that it came through before Libra's reading. But then in Libra's reading, they actually had this energy depicted in the cards. There was this whale that was getting untethered, and it was facing upwards, like this whale had been waiting to come up for air, right, and break the surface of the water and take a deep breath. And then it also had it reflected in the imagery of this Ace of Cups card, where a woman was coming up, like this big woman coming up to the surface of the water. So you've got it here as well, this energy of like, it's almost like somebody who was a bit of a narcissist, somebody who wasn't a bit in love with themselves, right? They're looking at their own reflection in the surface of the pool, but then all of a sudden it's like unexpectedly, like this other energy breaks the surface of the water. Like this other energy, like all of a sudden something appears like in the surface of the water, like breaks the surface of the water. And I want to say, they're giving me two songs. They're giving me I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. But it's like almost like the lyrics of Danny Minogue's So in Love with Yourself. Checking your reflection is what really turns you on. And you're loving every minute, thinking everyone has gone. You just roll your eyes and you fantasize, thinking I'm the one. So in love with yourself, how could you love somebody else? So maybe this is something somebody said to you, but it's like, again, look at this energy of like, it's like, it's the same energy. It's like breaking, it's like coming up out the water. So it's almost like something, there's an energy of, like somebody who did perhaps have a bit of a big ego, but then it's almost like encountering kind of like a twin energy or an opposite energy, or a like somebody else, and it's like they reflect everything back at you. So when you meet somebody else who is basically very similar to yourself, very similar but not the same, right, like a twin would be, perhaps they not only reflect the things that you love about yourself, right, your best qualities, the things that you're proud of, but perhaps they also reflect a lot of your weaknesses, and they reflect the things that you're embarrassed about or you're ashamed about, but perhaps you both handle things differently. So it's like perhaps this other energy is really good at the things that you're bad at, and you're like, well, how, when they're so similar to me, why are they successful in that and I'm not? So what's actually happening is this process of self-analysis where it's like, well, how do I do that? How do I? So it's this person's not only an inspiration to you to improve the areas where you're not great, but perhaps they're really good at loving the parts of themselves that you don't love in yourself. So perhaps, for example, you've both got a big nose. I've got a big nose, and it's like, you know, you always like, you're embarrassed by that, but like this person, you know, they make it part of their character, you know, they own it. What are my phones doing? So it's like you, or like, I've got really thin lips, but I quite like them. I've got like, I call it like a crazy kitten smile. Like sometimes I catch myself and I think I quite like how my lips look there. And sometimes I'm insecure about it. Sometimes when you're on social media and you see all these celebrities with like gorgeous, like big lips because they've got lip fillers, you think, well, I don't have lips like that, so I'm inferior to that beauty standard. But then it's like, well, actually, no, I like my thin lips. So it's like something like that. It's like this other person, they're so similar to you, but they handle things differently, or like, but also this thing about, if you love this person, because this is the Lovers card, this is normally a romantic relationship for me. The Two of Cups is like a friendship. The Lovers card is like romance to me. It's like your heart choice. It's called the Lovers card for a reason, right? So for me, the Lovers card is a card about you know, two people who have a lot of passion between them. So it's like, if you love this person and yet at the same time they have the same faults as you, and if you can love that in someone else, if you can love that this person's, I don't know, gets sulky sometimes, you can love that in yourself. If this person, like, you know, doesn't care that they always have messy hair, it's like, well, I don't have to, I love that, I love them, and I kind of love that they have messy hair, so therefore why do I feel like my hair always has to be perfect? If I can love that person's messy hair, why can't I love my messy hair? So there's like almost like a lesson being taught here, where perhaps somebody was very, very self-focused, and there's been a meeting, like an unexpected like spanner in the works. It's like this other person who has completely, it's almost like forced this person to like really shine that light back on himself and really introspect in some sort of way. What also could be going on emotionally for you there? King of Pentacles, Death, and the Lovers card. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you've lost a father or lost a father figure, possibly somebody who is very, very wealthy, very good with money, very nurturing, a provider, and it's taught you to love yourself somehow, or like a cycle's ending with a father figure, but you've learned to love yourself. Let's go to the Tarot de la Nuit for your thoughts. Oh, hiding. Yeah, definitely big secret feelings there. King of Cups, hiding, and the Queen of Wands. All right, you. Oh, let me just pull all your cards before I say anything. What are they giving me? They're giving me Groupie Love by not Madonna, Lana Del Rey. You want my groupie love, groupie love. There it is. There's the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Oh, excuse me a second. All right. Just my little boy, my little Pisces wanting a hug. What else, please, for Pisces? Upside down. You've got FOMO. Somebody's got FOMO, and okay. I feel like this was really unexpected. I was kind of getting this for some of the other signs. I can't remember specifically who now, but it was like there was a song, love snuck up on me and I didn't know what it was. Like I can't quite get the song now. It's like it happened so easily, I didn't know it was love. So it's like something's affected you where for some of you, gosh, you've got a lot of energy in here. It's a lot to grapple with. It's like the Tower. So something happened outside of you and it was a shock. It was unexpected. Again, like this butterfly coming into the chrysalis at the last second as you transform, and it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't expect to be a butterfly, but it's good, right? Again, with this, like, she's got wings now. So it's something happened outside of you. It impacted you hugely on an emotional level. And it really felt like something unexpected, but good. And it had a big transformative impact on you. So you've gone perhaps from being somebody who's very focused on money, finances, stability. That's ended. That part of yourself is almost like unimportant anymore, I want to say, for some of you. And what you're doing instead is you're choosing by your heart. You're choosing what your heart wants. You're choosing on an emotional level. Some of you could have experienced either a death or a near-death experience, or just something that shocked you into realizing that life is not finite, right? Life is transient. Life can come and go at any second. So it's almost like are you valuing the right things? Are you idolizing the right things? Is it really important to you to get, that specific sports car, or are you okay with just a car that runs? It's like, are you wasting your time? Are you wasting your very, very valuable, precious time and life on things that are perhaps just you trying to impress other people, or some kind of like ego trip, right? Like, so in love with yourself. And it's like, maybe I'm connecting with somebody who didn't really know what love was, right? It's the perhaps the relationships in the life had never been particularly loving, or they never, what they thought love was, it was more like codependency, or it was a friendship, somebody that you get on with, but you don't really know what love is until it hits you and you really experience it. And it's almost like this force coming in, this love coming in, which feels pure and unconditional in this case, if it's what I'm talking about with the Lovers card there. It's like, it's almost like overwhelm and not knowing what it is, and not knowing what to do with it, and not knowing how to handle it, and what does it mean? What does this mean? I have this really strong connection with somebody. I don't know what to do about that. Do I have to kind of like, throw everything away and like go to this person and live with this person now? Like it's like, okay, I've acknowledged it now. I've acknowledged it as love, but like, and it's had a transformative effect on me. I understand love. I understand the world differently now. I understand what life is about now. I understand what the point of it all is. But at the same time, I've got responsibilities. I don't know what to do with this. So the big like transformative effect on you emotionally, where you suddenly realize what's important. You start to make those heart choices. You start to live more authentically in line with what your heart says. Because in your thoughts as well, you've got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups has these wonderful deep emotions. It's like the King of Cups does come up from the depths, right? He's like that whale, that unconditional love embodiment, like the human personification of this Ace of Cups energy, this unconditional love, this pure love, this pure intentioned openness. It's like that. He has that. He's the embodiment of it. So I'm not seeing this outside of you. It feels like a big transformation within you, triggered by something that affected you emotionally, right? I'm not seeing really another person in the mix here. It's all about you. Talking about an ego trip, right? So it's all about you grappling with new emotions, grappling with new feelings, bringing that into your cognitive space, understanding what that means to you, it having this hugely transformative effect on you, where you're coming out as this Queen of Wands, Angel of Light character, which is like incredibly empowered. It's the kind of empowerment that comes with, I think I talk about this in Cancer's reading, it's the kind of empowerment that comes with understanding that, finding that unconditional love for the self, right? Finding the the Christ consciousness, if you want to call it that, or, you know, the right chord within you. It's like learning to love yourself in the best kind of way, not like a you're so vain kind of way, but I mean, people are going to call you vain, right? But why is that a bad thing? Why shouldn't we love ourselves? Like, we should love ourselves, right? We should put ourselves first. We should value ourselves. We should know our own worth. We should make people fight for us. We shouldn't give ourselves away too easily. We shouldn't see love as something that's disposable, that we just spread around and give to whoever. I mean, again, lifestyle choices, it's up to you. But like true unconditional love, I mean, it is everywhere. It's in everything. It's already within us. We don't have to look for it outside of ourselves. It already exists within. So having this big transformative understanding, which probably has been triggered by an encounter with somebody else who's very like you, has actually lit this spark inside you. It's almost like you've become this embodiment of change, and this embodiment of love, and embodiment of light. You know, she looks like an angel on this card. And it's the kind of confidence that inspires other people. So whatever's happened to you, whatever you've been through, whatever flipped, it's like a light flicking inside you. It's like a light flicking on inside you that you didn't know existed. It's like, I didn't know we had a light there, you know? And it's like, it's your soul light. It's like your love light, right? And you're letting your love light shine now. So the moon card to me is saying there probably is something that you're keeping hidden. Your thoughts are telling you almost instinctively, there's something I need to hide here. There's something I need to... It could just be you not understanding fully. Again, with this transformation energy, I always say that it's like she's... I can't remember who had it, but somebody else had this, and I was saying it's like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where she's wearing that corset and she can't breathe, right? It's like this dress, this beautiful dress, is actually part of the trap. It's part of the prison. So it could be something to do with somebody's status, right? Somebody's in the public eye, or somebody's very wealthy, somebody's maybe from a political family or something like this, where it's like they have a lot of wealth, they have a lot of status, but perhaps their own status, it's kind of like a self-made prison, right? It's keeping them trapped. So I always see this as kind of like starting to peel, almost like a snake, right? It's like this outer layer peeling away, and then it's like she's almost gonna come up out of this like a caterpillar coming out of a chrysalis, or a snake coming out of its skin. And it's like you come out of that into kind of this this energy. It's like something that's much more free, something that's much more authentic. But the moon is telling me that you may have some fear around this. You may have some fear around, you know, like showing your true form, your true self, you know, really stepping up in your full power. You may still feel a little bit of fear around that, or you're just kind of hiding this. It's like being cloaked. I'm getting this cloaking energy, like cloaking for protection almost. So it's almost like, if I could just come back up again. Okay, so you see this white colour of her dress, like this light shining onto her. It's like this is the big reveal. This is like the spotlight being on you, the big reveal, you coming out like in your full glory. So it could be like getting dressed up and really being like a showstopper. I just watched, actually, it was Princess Diana a Pisces. I feel like she was. I'm not 100% sure, but I just saw a newspaper article about Princess Diana and the revenge dress, they were calling it. It was like the day that Prince Charles's documentary aired, where he was talking about his affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, Diana made a split decision to go to an event, and she didn't wear the dress she was supposed to wear, which was like a designer dress. She went through a cupboard and she found this little black dress that she knew she looked stunning in, but she'd always been too embarrassed to wear it. And you know, she thought it was a bit revealing, a bit inappropriate, but she put that dress on and she went out in front of the cameras, and everybody lost their mind. Like, she looked stunning. So it's that kind of energy of like, you've been holding back, Pisces, you've been holding something back, and it could be just how well you scrub up, right? Just how good you can look. But this is like, again, like you see this kind of like white moonlight shining behind her. It's almost like it's breaking through, right? It's like she's like looking at this, and I want to say that this light here is your own energy, right? Trying to break through, trying to come through the darkness. But the darkness is almost like either your own thoughts or something that's kind of cloaking you, it's keeping you hidden. I feel, because I always say when a butterfly first breaks out of the chrysalis, or a snake first sheds its skin, it's very vulnerable. You know, the butterfly, it takes a while, for its wings are like wet. So it takes a while for its wings to kind of like, to dry off, and for them to unfurl and, you know, really stretch out. So there's this initial kind of like testing the waters, or initial kind of sense of vulnerability as you start to feel comfortable with your new skin, your new alter ego almost, but it's not an alter ego. I feel like you've been wearing an alter ego, and now your true form is really starting to try and burst forth, right? It's like you were never meant to be a caterpillar, you were never meant to crawl, or that stage was only meant to last a certain amount of time, and now you're transforming it into what you were meant to be. You know, a butterfly, they're very colorful, so it's like your true colors are starting to reveal themselves now, I want to say, especially with that colorblind, right? It's like, nobody told me you'd be so beautiful. It's like you're surprising somebody, because again, you've got this assessing energy. It's almost like, as well, with that assessing card, you see the moon coming through. It's like you're starting to reveal here, because you are, you know, you are connected with that moon energy. You're the moon card in the tarot. So it's like this person who's watching you, right? They're watching your transformation really, really closely. They're starting to see, it's almost like that veil is starting to pull back, you know, this cocoon is starting to open, and this true self is starting to be revealed, and this person's like watching you, almost like with bated breath, like they can't believe it, like they can't believe quite how wonderful you are. You don't have to be necessarily particularly beautiful as well, like in terms of like you know, traditional beauty standards. You don't have to be like, I don't know, Kim Kardashian or whoever, you know, is everybody likes at the moment. It's, you can be yourself and still have that kind of magnetic energy. The Queen of Wands doesn't have to be traditionally beautiful, but she makes the best of herself, and she's vibrant, and she's chaotic, I'm hearing, and like rich and funny, rich and kind of like rich in personality, right, and funny, and she just has this sense of like magnetism and self-worth about her, which is quite dazzling, right? And you can think of people who, I want to say somebody like Billie Eilish, you know, she's not necessarily, you know, the most beautiful, traditionally beautiful person. And she says this herself. And yet people love her. She's got so many people who just think she is, you know, the most brilliant person. And, you know, there's, let me think, like, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but there's plenty of people who are perhaps not, you know, textbook beautiful, and yet, you know, people are strongly drawn to them because they've got that kind of magnetic Queen of the Moon energy to them. So you mentally are coming to terms with this. Mentally, this is what you're thinking about. It could be somebody else as well. You could be the person watching, right? You could be the person watching somebody and thinking, oh my God, I did not realize this person was going to be so amazing. Like, the more I get to see them, the more like layers get peeled away, the more I fall in love with them. But I have to keep it a secret. I don't know, something like that. And you're right, because what's impacting you here? There is this kind of outside of you. So this energy outside of you, if this is somebody you're watching, you think that you don't stand a chance with them because they have so many options. It's almost like you see this person having a great time with other people. This is kind of like a party or milestones, or, you know, like some kind of, you see, it's almost like it's like a party, but they're so, like, how do you get to them? It's like this, it's almost like these two energies are playing out together today, where there's this person who feels quite isolated, who's in this watching energy, and they're watching this person who perhaps they're completely in love with. Can you see that there's one person who's like wearing different colours to the rest? And it's like almost like the energy of this person, where they're saying that person has so many admirers, so many friends, so many people around them. They have so many options. How could I possibly stand a chance with them? Why would they look at me? Why would they look at me when they're so wonderful, when they've got so much choice? It's kind of giving me one of my favourite songs, which is Creep by Radiohead. It's that kind of energy of, I don't belong here, I'm a creep, I'm a widow, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. So down here, the energy impacting your environment, your actual tangible reality, page of materials and two of voices. I'm just double checking how much time I've got there. I'm just going to stop and restart. Sorry, Pisces. So, did I get you a song on camera yet? I don't think I did I? I have to do that. Maybe now is a good time to do it. No, I did. You got pretty fly for a white guy. I don't know. It's funny I was talking about flies. Page of materials and two of voices. So noticing just like the two roses and the two heads here again with this kind of like doubling energy. It's like I do feel like there's somebody outside of you that you've connected with is some sort of way. It's almost like a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, right? Perhaps this person tried to tell themselves that. It's like they're giving me she's just another girl by the Killers. It's like she's just another girl, like I've got a lot of options. Why do I feel so like, why do I feel like I'm missing out here? Why do I feel so, I don't know, obsessed with Pisces? Why do I feel like why can't I get Pisces off my brain? Why is it that when I shut my eyes she's all I see? And yet, you know, she's just another girl. You know, she, he, they, take it as it resonates. It's like a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Like, what is so special about Pisces? It could be that you don't want this person. It could be that you are so self-empowered and so like getting into this really strong like goddess energy where you do love yourself and you're not codependent. And this person doesn't understand that because maybe this person has a lot of options. You know, a lot of people chasing them. And it's like, well, why isn't Pisces chasing me? So it's again, it's like maybe like they have an ego where it's like, why doesn't Pisces want me? Why isn't Pisces like lining up to praise me? Like what, you know, I feel like you're getting in this person's head. It's like they can't understand why they can't get the mind off you. They can't understand what's so special about you. They can't understand, you know, why they can't just treat you like they treat every other girl kind of thing. But the page of materials and two voices is like coming up with a plan. This person's coming up with a plan, but it's like every time they come up with a plan, they get blocked. Every time that they think that they know how to approach you, the universe redirects them. Again, they give me like the labyrinth, you know, where she's trying to make her way through the maze and those little things kind of turn she like draws with a lipstick which direction she went, but the little like goblin things, they lift up the stone and turn it and put it back down. So it's like you're being redirected. So it's like your best laid plans are kind of not leading you where you want them to go. It's like you're constantly getting like your plans are messing up at every turn. It's like, why can't I seduce Pisces? Why can't I have Pisces? What is happening? So what you're doing, Pisces, is moving on. Like moving on. There's this energy of waiting though, like waiting for your ships to come in. Being very patient as well. Like mentally moving forward. So it could be that this is an ex. It's like an ex who maybe it is. Maybe you're doing a Princess Diana and you're getting dressed up and you're going out and showing them what they're missing. And now they know that they're missing it, right? They're like missing out with that Five of Cups there. And they're like, well, why aren't my tricks working? Why, you know, I used to get Pisces back by, you know, sending them a sexy text, or I used to just like do them a favor and then they'd be back in my arms. Like, why are none of my tricks working now? Because you're moving on, you're waiting for true love, you're waiting for unconditional love, you're waiting for what you deserve, right? So, Pisces, let's go for the, I forgot what this one's called. what is it called? The Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Relationship advice, please, for Pisces. Go the distance. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. 47. Excuse me a second. My daughter looking for a bedding. I put all the bedding in the wash and she's like, why have I got no bedding on my bed? I'm like, because it's in the dryer. You are either in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, right? This love. This love, the chosen one, right? For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain and break yourself and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. What did I tell you? Harmony does not mean that there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? I'm telling you, that's what we're all starting to feel. We're all getting into that unconditional love, like divine love from within energy, like tapping into that sacred chord, right? So brilliant. And as well, like with that golden, like the golden shadow, people who've done shadow work, I feel like are going into that golden shadow energy where they're utilizing their experiences. Like it's like there's that golden horse. It's like that golden shadow energy is now becoming a horse to take us to success. I feel like it's like a collective thing. So really, really good. Keep going, Pisces. You're doing all the right things. And as always, do take care of yourselves. And I will see you. And no, I've not got you any nice words. I don't think I got you nice words, did I? Did I do it? I don't feel like I did. Let's get you a few words, Pisces. What do we have for you? Crept. Again, it's like the energy of like it crept up on you. You didn't know it was love because it crept up on you. Angelic. I mean, I'm putting that on the Queen of Wands. Angelic, crept. Faithful. If you were wondering about the Queen of Wands, she's normally depicted with sunflowers. So, you know, this person who's looking at you thinking, oh my goodness, she has so many options. Is she going to be faithful? Yes, you're going to be faithful. Because that's the thing. You're of so high value that you get to choose, right? It's not like you're going to just run away with anyone who looks at you. You are going to choose what your heart desires. And if your heart desires this person, then they better honor it, and they should know that they're the chosen one, and therefore you're going to be faithful to them because you're choosing them, right? Why would you go to anyone else when you could have anyone you want? If you can have anyone you want and you get your person, you get your choice, then the other people aren't of any interest, right? Does that make any sense? Delirious. Aquarius had that as well. And one more please for Pisces. They're telling me two more actually. Diamond. It's Libra energy. Libra's the diamond. Maybe somebody's proposing, I don't know. And spring. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to get you some Scrabble letters as well. It may be the initials of your name. It may be the initials of your person. It may kind of spell out a word but not quite, that makes you think of something. So whatever you get from it intuitively, just go with it. So I've got T, E, and O. There you go. All right, whatever you get from that, go with it. And I hope it was helpful to you. Leave me a like, all that kind of stuff, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye, Pisces.